So today we'll see about larynx. As you know, larynx is organ of both respiration and phonation. So what is the extent of larynx? So larynx extends from this cartilage which is called epiglottis. So from the epiglottis to the another cartilage called cricoid cartilage up to the lower border of the cricoid cartilage. So the vertebra level you must have studied in theory, it is between C3 to C6 in case of adult, whereas in case of children it will be between C1 to C3. Okay, so what is this larynx is made up of? This is a model as you all have seen before from our museum. So it is mainly made up of cartilages. So there are 9 cartilage, that means 3 paired and 3 unpaired cartilages. So what are the unpaired cartilage? So if you see in the model, this leaf shaped cartilage is called as epiglottis. Okay, so this is epiglottis, and just below this is actually a bone. The name of the bone is called as hyoid bone. So below that you can able to see a large shield like cartilage which is called as thyroid cartilage. Then below the thyroid cartilage you can able to see a ring shaped cartilage called as cricoid cartilage. Okay, so these 3 are unpaired cartilage: epiglottis, thyroid and cricoid. What are the paired cartilages? For that we need to see on the posterior aspect. This is a front view of the larynx. So when I am turning here, you can able to see the posterior aspect of the larynx, where you can able to see the paired cartilages. So can you able to see here, this more looking like a pyramid or triangular. These cartilages are called as, they are the right and the left, they are called arytenoid. They are called as arytenoid. And over the arytenoid, 2 small cartilages will be there, which I will be showing in the specimen clearly. They are called as corniculate. You can able to see one cartilage here, corniculate, and same like that one more nodule like that will be there, which is called as cuneiform. So arytenoid, corniculate, cuneiform, they are the paired cartilages. Epiglottis, thyroid and cricoid will be the unpaired cartilages. So totally there are 9 cartilages. Now one by one I am going to show you with the features. So when you see here, this is epiglottis. As you see, this more looking like a leaf shaped structure, and it has an upper end and a lower end. And when you see here, whatever the surface, this is a cavity side, so it is an inner surface, and this surface is called as an outer surface, and it has 2 borders. They are the lateral borders. So upper end, a lower end, inner surface, outer surface, and the 2 lateral borders. So as you all seen, upper end is very free. Okay, so through when you keep inside, when you go inside, that will be the inlet of larynx, and whereas if you see, the lower end is attached to this portion, this cartilage which is called thyroid cartilage, the posterior surface of the thyroid cartilage. Okay, so by means of a ligament called as thyroepiglottic ligament, epiglottis to the thyroid, so it is called as thyroepiglottic ligament. Then if you see here, there are 2 borders, and the inner aspect is always lined by a mucous membrane which forms a cavity of the larynx. Outer surface is mostly related to this bone which is called as a hyoid bone. This bone is called as hyoid bone. It also has attachment called hyoepiglottic ligament. The epiglottis is attached to the hyoid bone by hyoepiglottic ligament. Now just I am turning the model, just see the anterior surface of the another cartilage called thyroid cartilage. As I am rotated, the posterior surface of the thyroid cartilage you are not able to see because it covers only the anterior aspect of the larynx like a shield. So what are the parts of the thyroid cartilage? It has 2 lamina. This is a right lamina, this is a left lamina. They are united by an angle. So this is only more prominent in case of male, which has been called as a Adam's apple because it is 90 degree in case of male, whereas it is 120 degree more broad in case of female. Now what are these things in the lamina means? It again has an outer surface, inner surface, upper border, lower border, okay, and anterior border and posterior border. So when you see here, you can able to see one line which is more obliquely going. So it has been named as oblique line of the thyroid cartilage because this has been created by many muscles attached to it. You must have seen here in this side, able to see some muscles which has been colored in this red color. Okay, it is going to the hyoid bone from the thyroid, so it's called thyrohyoid. Even you can able to see one more muscle which has been coming from the sternum, so it's called sternothyroid. So because of this muscle, this line has been created which is called as oblique line of the thyroid cartilage. Okay, again there are many muscles attached from the pharynx, so I cannot show in the model, I will try to show in the specimen. The next cartilage is called as a cricoid cartilage. So cricoid anteriorly also you can see, posteriorly also you can see. It's more like a signet ring shaped. Anteriorly it has been called as arch, whereas posteriorly it has been called as lamina. I will be showing after that. And here you can able to see from the model, one muscle has been attached from the cricoid to the thyroid, which is a very important muscle which is called as a cricothyroid. Okay. Now I am just turning this, and before that, if you see in a live individual, it will be covered by a membrane between the hyoid and the thyroid. So it's called thyrohyoid membrane. Then between cricoid and thyroid is called cricothyroid membrane. So I'm just turning posteriorly. Now you can able to see the part of the cricoid cartilage. Anteriorly I said arch, posteriorly it is called lamina. Okay, and in the lamina also you can able to see one muscle which has been going from the cricoid to the arytenoid. Okay, so this is called as a posterior cricoarytenoid muscle. This also you can see in the specimen, posterior cricoarytenoid. Then going to the paired cartilage, this is arytenoid. What are the parts? It's looking like a pyramid, no? So it has an apex, it has a base, and it has two processes. This process is called the ocal process. Okay, this process is called muscular process because all the muscles has been attached. If you see here, the posterior cricoarytenoid is attached. Another muscle also coming from more laterally. So it has been named as lateral cricoarytenoid. And here also you can see one muscle which is only the unpaired muscle going transversely. So you can able to see this is called transverse arytenoid. Another muscle even you can go, it's called oblique arytenoid. So like that many muscles are attached to this process. So it has been called as muscular process. And then as I said, another two cartilages are corniculate and cuneiform. So this is called the external skeleton of the larynx. And this is a cavity that I can show in the another model.